Hey everybody on Facebook, it's Dr. Kyle Loveless, and we have holiday health tip number 11. It's late, we just actually got in, we're in Kiawah Island, and we're taking a nice trip over the weekend. My mom's actually going to run the half marathon here, and so Holly and I are just hanging out in the island, and she's actually taking the video night off. So, once again, if you miss her at all, make sure you send her a message, a text message. I'm actually on her Facebook right now. I just realized that I took her phone to do this live video. So this is all her friends listening to me. So make sure you say, hey, we love you to Holly. She's tired. It's late. So, but we want to make sure we shot this video and stay in consistency for you guys. And this is an awesome video. This is how to travel wherever you go and stay healthy. This is one of the things for me. I do a lot of traveling. Always have. I do a lot of driving as well as flying. And it's always been the hardest thing to follow my schedule and stay healthy through that traveling process. And so what I've learned over the years I want to share with you. So the first tip I want to give you guys on traveling healthy is actually your traveling process. So not when you get there or not just what you're eating, but how your posture is as you travel. So let's start out with how you drive. So if you're driving to the location that you're going, one of the major things that we have patients when they come in from a vacation, they always have all kinds of aches and pains because of the long trip that they took. So driving, the first thing you want to make sure you're doing is paying attention to your posture. I always recommend is you take the rear view mirror when you're driving, you take that rear view mirror and you put it high enough to where you can still see, but to where you have to sit up straight. So we don't slowly slouch over that driving period. The other thing you want to do is make sure your seat is in a good erect position and not leaned back to where you're like this. Even though for the moment that might seem comfortable, over the time you're going to get into this forward head position. That causes the neck pain, that causes low back pain. So those are some quick things. The other thing I want you to do is make sure you have some sort of a lumbar support, whether you have a seat that pushes that curve into your back, into your low back, or you get a lumbar roll, or some sort of something that you buy, but you want something to put into that area. The other thing is for your neck. Those sleeping aids that you'll see with that we actually hand out, they're little sleeping rolls you can put behind your neck, or you can get the ones that you use like when you go on the airplane. You know, the things that go around your neck. Those are very effective as well. But you want to make sure that you're in a good posture when you're driving. That helps a lot. The other thing is not to lean to one side too long. So many times when we're taking long trips, I do this as well. I'll find myself leaning like this. Over time, it'll cause literally this shoulder lean, and it'll cause pressure in that lower part of your back and then also in your shoulders. So pay attention to your driving. Try to get it nice and close to you. Get close enough to the wheel so you don't have to lean forward or lean backwards too much. And yeah, that helps out. Helps a whole massive amount. The other thing is actually moving. So when you're driving, not sitting too long. When you sit too long, prolonged sitting causes all kinds of problems. So making sure you don't go more than a couple hours driving. So get out, walk around, do some stretches, do some squats, things like that are very important as well. So, or when you're driving, you can get little wobbles in. I always get moving in my seat. I wiggle my toes to get my blood flow. I move my legs while I'm driving. So you want to keep motion in there too. Okay, so that's the first tip. Make sure you're not sitting too long and getting your posture good. The second thing is food that you're eating. And this is really big because as we travel, for me, I have to eat almost the entire time I'm driving. It's just reality for me. Holly it drives her crazy, but I have to do something. So for me, it's eating. So I used to stop at the gas station, get a bag of chips, get a Snickers bar, and I get all kinds of junk, a Coca-Cola, all kinds of junk. And then by the time I got to where I was going, I was in this like comatose state. And now what I do is I always get sunflower seeds. So I get organic sunflower seeds, and I like to use those the whole way. But the point of the matter is before I go on my trip, I go to Whole Foods, Earth Fare, Trader Joe's. I go to some sort of a health food store and I buy myself a package of goods for my trip. So I prepare in advance so that when I'm hungry or I need to do something to keep myself occupied, I don't go to the gas station and get junk food because there's never anything good there. And I don't buy one of those big fountain drinks or any of those things. If I need caffeine on my trip because I need energy to stay awake, I always make sure I bring some sort of a tea without a lot of sugar in it, so that I can keep my energy levels up. If you don't do that, the problem is, if you don't do that in advance, the problem is you end up going to the gas station and they don't have anything. Any of the gas station things there they might have caffeine, but they have all kinds of sugar. Red Bulls, Monsters, even the teas there have high fructose corn syrup. Okay, so it's all about preparation. And then when we get to where we travel, okay? So we're here now, And this is what we do. When we get to the place, now we go to the grocery store and we buy the food for where we're at instead of going out to eat the whole time and eating junk food. So follow me. I'm going to show you what we do here. So come on over. Come on. Okay, she's not moving. Okay, that person's just going to sit there. I buy my coffee here. I get nice organic coffee. I get bananas. Follow me. Camera phone. Walk. Come on. Come on.
It's fine.
Come here. Come on. Okay. Bananas, apples. We get our stuff before we come into the fridge. Come on over. Okay. Blueberries. Keep coming. I'm going to show you the fridge. This is hard to show here for some reason. Okay, so we get into our fridge. We get our vegetables. We get our free-range eggs, not grass-fed, but free-range eggs, coconut waters. And we make sure they have good food for us throughout the whole trip. Okay? Okay. So that's the key, is making sure you're prepared when you get to where you're going. Find some sort of a good health food store and get good healthy food. Otherwise, you end up snacking on junk food the whole time, and then you get done with the end of your trip, and you're in pain, you have back pain, you're inflamed, you're tired, and it just makes the whole trip feel like it wasn't a vacation. You have to have a vacation from your vacation. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed the health tips. Hey, make sure you reach out to Holly and tell her that you love her. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow for health tip number 12.